Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Stephanie, and I just want to, one, thank you for clicking on this video, two, to welcome you to our little family. And I am currently pregnant with my husband and I's first baby. We went through IVF, and so I am just bringing you a weekly update. Today we're going to do weeks 16 and 17. I think the last time I did one was week 11, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there just hasn't been much of a change through weeks like 12, 13, 14. And so there really wasn't much to update you with. So we are kind of fast forwarding now into week 16 and 17, and I will tell you what's going on now. Currently, baby is about the size of an avocado. He is, so I said he, so if you haven't seen the gender reveal, I will link that up here, but we do know that we are having a baby boy. So he is about the size of an avocado and measuring about 4 or 5 inches at this point. Just go over symptoms really quick before we get into the doctor's appointment that we had. So symptoms, currently just in terms of like weight gain, I'm fluctuating between like 5 and 6 pounds so far, which is kind of right on track where I should be, just because I didn't need to gain a whole lot. So I have been kind of mindful just of that so that I can watch it throughout the pregnancy. This week I started noticing a lot of the round ligament pain, and I notice it a lot if I've been sitting for a really long time and I kind of get up really fast. I'll notice it like just it's really low, like in your pelvic region, and mine is on both sides, but it's just a super sharp pain. I'm like, oh, and I'll just kind of have to sit there for a second and then it goes away. But it's just those ligaments like pulling and stretching out. So I did ask the doctor whenever we went in for our 16-week appointment, and she said that it's totally normal, nothing to freak out about. So I was like, okay, just wanted to make sure. I'm totally chasing the sun and it is giving me like weird things on the side. So we're gonna just change. In one of the updates, I had said how my boobs aren't necessarily sore, but my nipples are super sensitive. They are still sensitive, but they're not as bad. Like before, I mean, it just, to the touch, I was like, oh, putting on a bra sometimes, terrible. They're not that sensitive anymore, but they are still sensitive. And my one and only like pregnancy symptom, if I didn't have this, I literally probably wouldn't even be able to tell you that I was pregnant. But my heartburn, it's just awful. And I feel like it is just getting worse because it was just occasionally at night. Now it's all throughout the day, all the time, and I still cannot pinpoint what exactly it is because, for instance, like a couple of nights ago, we had spaghetti and meat sauce for dinner and totally fine. The next day I ate it for lunch, heartburn the rest of the day. Why? I have no idea, but that's what it is. And I know that tomato, based type stuff can cause heartburn. So I have been mindful of that. But again, the night before I was totally fine. And then the next day was just, it killed me. So I don't know. But I am taking Tums. I'm trying to be mindful just of how much I'm taking it, but it only provides like temporary relief. So it'll help for a little bit, but then it's usually right back. In week 16, I did notice that my heartburn was getting a lot worse after I went to bed. There were a couple of nights, 2 nights in a row, where I woke up it was like in my throat, and I literally felt like I was gonna get sick. So I was throwing my little like pregnancy pillow like off of me as fast as possible, trying to like get out of the bed to get into the bathroom. Thankfully I never like threw up or anything, but I totally felt like it was close those 2 nights. So going back to like sleeping. So when I lay down, I'll notice it a lot within like that 30-minute. I am one that can fall asleep as soon as I lay down. It drives my husband absolutely crazy. And so usually he's still kind of playing on his phone a little bit. And I'll notice that within that like 30-45 minute window, I will be laying there and all of a sudden I just start coughing. But it's not because I need to cough. It's because I feel that heartburn and I feel it like kind of rising in my throat. And I can't do anything else because then it starts impacting like my breathing, and then I feel like I can't breathe. And so I'll start coughing to try and like, I guess, just get it to move. And then I just end up coughing like all night long. So again, I've just noticed that it's gotten a lot worse at night now, and especially whenever we go to bed. So that kind of sucks. It's awful. But again, it's my only pregnancy symptom. So at the same time, I'm like, I don't want it to go away because that's the only thing I'm going on here. So I am going to start trying something though. So I typically work until about 5:30 or 6. Usually it's closer to that 6 mark. And so then we're not cooking and like eating until closer to 7, which I don't like to do. I want to try and be eating by 7 or excuse me, by 6. So I'm going to try and start working earlier so that I can get off a little earlier and try and get back to that like 6:30 window. See if that makes a difference, because then that will put me not, you know, trying to eat and then within an hour, hour and a half going to bed. So we'll see. I will let you know. I'll keep you posted if that works. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that it does. But in terms of symptoms, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the heartburn is the only thing that I'm going on. It drives my husband crazy because I feel like I'm barely starting to show. But I mean, that's basically it. I haven't felt baby boy move yet. I haven't felt anything like that. So again, I wouldn't even know if I was pregnant unless that heartburn thing wasn't there. So again, week 17 was basically the same in terms of symptoms. So I'm kind of combining them together. So the most notable thing that happened though was we got to go back to the specialist and see baby again. I have a clip from after we left the doctor. I didn't even like ask, more just because going into those two, the 12-week and 16-week appointments were just so nerve-wracking for my husband and I, just because we didn't know what was going on with that trisomy 13 thing. So I had my camera with me. I never even like thought to take it out and ask them if they minded if I filmed. So I apologize. I don't have that, but I do have a video of me just right afterwards and just kind of giving you an update. So I'll insert that right here. Just a quick follow up. I just got back from the doctor. We met with the high risk specialist today. This was for my 16-week appointment and just checking again baby G and seeing if they can see anything related to that trisomy 13 risk that we got from the blood work. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link that up here. But so everything looked fine. I'll show you the quick little baby picture. I guess they could see the gender because they told us to close our eyes, because again, we still haven't had our gender reveal, so they told us to close our eyes, so we didn't see. But baby G was measuring okay. Everything that they looked at measured fine. Heart rate was like 155. The baby was weighing about 5 ounces. So they said everything like that is looking just fine. So yay, that is awesome news. And again, she just said that they couldn't tell me anything definitive without doing all the extra tests. And again, we had the option to do that amnio today. And I just, again, it's not going to change our minds, how we feel about this sweet little baby. And so I didn't see the point in doing the extra risk, the risk to the baby, the pain that I've heard that it causes the mom. So I was like, no, we're not gonna go there. So, but that was an option that we had. The other thing that she did mention today though was that I asked them if they could tell where my placenta was, and she said that the first sono person said that she saw it in the back, but then when the doctor came in, she said that she was seeing it lower, like towards my cervix. Not quite like on my cervix, but just lower. And so she had recommended I just take it really easy for the next 4 weeks. No intercourse, no strenuous activity, nothing like that. I feel fine. I feel completely great. I don't have any bleeding or spotting during working out, anything like that. So I'm just taking it as advisement, and I'm just gonna proceed as I have been. Again, I don't lift as heavy when I'm lifting weights and following that program. I don't push during cardio as hard as I normally would. So, and I never have any cramping or spotting or anything like that when I'm working out. So again, I'm just taking it as under advisement and leaving it at that. So we did get to see little baby boy, and he was just moving around, and we got to see a little foot come up on the screen and 5 little toes, and so that was super fun. And he just looks so much more like a little baby now, which is just crazy. And so I'm waiting. I want to get once we get back to the 20-week anatomy scan, I want to show you guys the little progression. We have it on the fridge, and just to see like how crazy it is going from a little embryo and then all the little progression. So speaking of that though, I do want to like say, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was telling my husband, I'm like, we are so blessed. Not in the fact that we're going through kind of a what if and there could be a problem, but just in terms that we've had so many ultrasounds, and most people don't get that many ultrasounds to the point where we are at. So we've already had 4, and once we get to our 20-week mark, we'll have 5 ultrasounds where we've gotten to see baby boy 5 different times in this progression. And I think most people only get 2 up to that point. So I'm grateful for just the extra opportunities that we get to see him, because I know that that's not normal. So on the one hand, it's scary and I don't like to go to those appointments, but on the other hand, I'm like, I'm just grateful that, you know, that we get to see him again. We're not going back to the specialist anymore. We're just going back with my OB now. So the next time I will see her is when we do our 20-week anatomy scan, which is coming up quick. So I'm excited, and I'm just prayerful that when we go to that appointment that everything is just fine. You know, I mean, of course, my first prayer is always, you know, that we get a healthy baby. I don't think anybody would, you know, question that prayer, but at the same time, in that same prayer, I also pray that God just blesses us with the tools that we need to take care of this baby. Whatever comes with him, whenever he gets here, just that we are equipped with whatever we need to take care of him. And that God just blesses us with the wisdom and the knowledge of, you know, being good parents. So if you don't mind praying as we head into our 20-week anatomy scan, I greatly appreciate all of the prayers that you have already given us and that you are still doing for us. I greatly appreciate them every time. And just know that I am praying for each and every one of you. If you would like for me to pray for you this week, drop them down below. They don't have to be pregnancy related. They don't have to be fertility related. They can be anything. There is a lot going on in the world right now, and everybody needs prayer. So I've got a slew of a prayer warrior that is praying over us and over baby boy. And so everybody needs something extra. So if you want me to be praying for you this week over whatever it is, jobs, family, the weather, whatever it is, just let me know below and I'll be more than happy to add you to my prayer request list. But that is it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, click that little subscribe button. I will talk to you guys next Monday, and I hope you have a great week. Take care and God bless.